So in September, October, and November of 2012, Green Day released their Trilogy albums, Uno, Dos, and Tre. All of them are very mixed at best, but we're going to do what a couple other YouTubers have done. Just before you say anything, yes, I did watch ARTV's video. This is what inspired me to do it. I will link his video in the description below so you can see his list, because ours definitely differ in this situation. So it inspired me to do my own list of making Uno, Dos, and Tre one album, because I feel like if you take the best songs, or what I think are the best songs in my opinion, and put them onto one album, you can have a pretty decent album. It's the same thing with Metallica's Load and Reload, which I might do a list for that too, combining that into one album. Now, I'm not going to get fancy with the name. If it was just one album, it'd be called Uno, Dos, Tre. There you go, just combine the three names into one. And I'm doing this a bit differently. I'm not going to do 15 songs like ARTV. I'm going to do 13. And the reason for that is, you really look at Green Day's albums, and their track listing is usually 12 to 14 songs long. I know Nimrod had, 18? But that was really the first time that they surpassed 15 or over. And I'm also going to, of the 13 songs, get 5 singles, which songs I would choose to be the 5 singles to not promote this album, but to be on the album. And yeah, and I'll give you the overall runtime and how long it'll be. So yeah, let's just get it started with the song that I think will kick it all off. Let yourself go, 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 let yourself go. Let Yourself Go is one of my favorites off of Uno, and I feel like as a kickoff track this could be good, because you can either do one of those songs like they did on Revolution Radio with Somewhere Now, where it starts off kind of slow and then picks up, but I feel like Let Yourself Go would be a good introduction to the album, as it's just like right away comes in, and then you're just left with like, whoa, this is something, and they're telling you, get crazy because it's the album and all this. So I feel like that would definitely be a good fit for an album opener. I can't take it anymore with all the lies, like a prisoner of war. Then at number 2, I would choose off of Dos, Lazy Bones. I feel like after Let Yourself Go, this song could just be like, alright, now we need to calm down a bit. Not completely, because we're still going to have intensity, but, you know, we don't need to be, like, destroying shit and all this stuff anymore. It just, it has that appeal as going from first song to second song. It just seems fitting in that way. Your angel blue with teenage traces. 3, Angel Blue off of Uno. It's another one that I think is highly underrated. As the third track, this could be the first, not like mellow one, but the one that's not like as like intense as the others. Basically showing the audience who's listening to the album that, you know, we are going to go in a little bit different directions here, so don't be upset if we do something softer down the line. Number 4, one of my favorites off of Tre, is A Boy Named Train. You know, I mean, it was Green Day experimenting again, but it sounds like something you would have heard off of, say, Nimrod or Warning, maybe. It had that nostalgic feel that I do like, and I feel like smack dab at 4 on the album is right where it needs to be. Everything that I want from you, but I just can't have you. Number 5, we're getting a little bit more into the punkier side. We have Stray Heart off of Dos. It's intense. It, you know, turns it up a notch a little bit more from the past, like, couple of songs. And, you know, it's still showing its intensity. This is why this song is on here. You know, we're not done the intense songs. We just need a break from it every once in a while.
Maybe I'll see you tonight. Maybe I'll see you tonight.
Number 6 is actually Dose's opener, See You Tonight, which clocks in at just over a minute. But I feel like now, getting through to the halfway point of the album, I feel like this would be a good point for like a short interlude like this. And yeah, it fits well, and we'll go into this next song. Amanda off of Trey. It's only fitting because the last song was called See You Tonight, and then Amanda, girl's name, maybe you see Amanda tonight? I don't know, but it's another short song that kind of comes in. Usually songs but in between the interludes and then going into the next song are fairly short from each other, but I think that Amanda is a heavily underrated track and deserves to be put in the recognition as one of the better songs from the trilogy, in my opinion.
Like a Chinese Roman conspiracy, it's the death of the nuclear family staring up at you.
Number 8, how can I leave this one off the list? Nuclear Family. This kicked off Uno, but I have it as the 8th track on the album. Once again, it kind of follows this pattern of, I'll see you tonight and Amanda, I'm about to see this girl, and then all of a sudden, you know, you start this family and shit starts to hit the fan. It just fit perfectly, and we keep going with the theme now as we go to track number 9.
Your lips and it felt so true. Then I woke up as a nervous.
Track 9 is Fell For You, which is off of Uno as well. I feel like, you know, keeping with the pattern now that the, you know, nuclear family, this shit's going downhill, he just kind of sit there contemplating like, man, I can't believe I fell for this woman, you know, it didn't turn out very well, and, you know, that just kind of is when reality hits.
My heart is a chaser, she's strung out on a razor.
10, we have Wild One off of Dose. You know, it's another one that I feel like follows this pattern that we're going in for the whole, I guess, love story that we're talking about now for the second part of the album. You know, basically now he's met somebody else, saying, "Oh, she's a bit of a wild one, isn't she?" That's pretty attractive, leading us into the next song.
Far away, waste away tonight. I'm wearing my heart on a...
So did this song deserve to be the first single from Uno? No, but it's still a nice song nonetheless. We have Oh Love off of Uno. And this is about him talking about now his second love and how he feels a lot more comfortable with her. Maybe in a way, like I said, keep following this pattern from tracks, we'll say 7. Yeah, I feel like the last half of the album we really started this whole like back and forth love story, whereas the first 5 songs were just, you know, experimenting with different things, and then after the interlude we start with more of the concept album part that Green Day is known for. So Oh Love definitely still fits the story very well.
It's the war God's losers, the bottom feeders, frenzied. It's the war blood suckers.
At number 12, we have a multi-part song which Green Day seems to nail a lot, and that's Dirty Rotten Bastards off of Trey, coming in at the second to last song. I just feel like it still needs some intensity toward the end, and this could definitely be it. I mean, it takes you through a lot through its 6.5 minute runtime, but yeah, it should definitely be toward the end of the album, just to kind of get you ready for the ending, which is what we have next.
Old toys, this plastic heart, runners and fools.
And at 13, we have Trey's kickoff, Brutal Love. Now, I think ARTV had this one kicking off his album, which is fine, too. I can see it being a kickoff, But there was plenty I could have chose to finish off. Their song, in memoriam of Amy Winehouse, called Amy. There was that one they did for Twilight that I could have put on here, the piano ballad there. But I felt like Bruno Love, it's not Bruno Mars. Bruno Love fit that album thing of what bands tend to do usually is finish off mellow, like let you know this is the end of the album. So now, you can finally rest. You can finally take a break. I feel like that's why I put this song last, because it's one that definitely does do that and definitely does tell you, hey, it's over, and it finishes the love story. So now that that's over, with the 13 tracks, these are the 5 songs that I would make singles. The one I would have definitely make the first single for this album to promote it would be Let Yourself Go, the song I would have kicking off the album, just because it's like, hey, our new album's coming out, and it's the intensity that'll get people excited to hear it. Then the other tracks, in really no particular order, other than, like I said, Let Yourself Go would be the lead single, no particular order. Stray Heart would be one, Amanda, Nuclear Family, and then the final track, Brutal Love, I think would be the other singles to kind of finish these things off. I just feel like it'd be a good mixture because, you'll get songs like Let Yourself Go, Nuclear Family, and Stray Heart that are high intensity, but then you'll get songs like Amanda and Brutal Love that are just kind of, more mellow than not, or not, as intense as the other. And, those songs could be the ones where you show fans, hey, it is going to be a little different here and there, so just beware of that. If it's, not what you're expecting, don't say we didn't warn you with these songs. I think it would be a pretty smart idea in itself. And the overall runtime I had down, because of the song lengths, would be 45 minutes and 54 seconds, so almost 46 minutes long. It wouldn't be painstaking at all. So yeah, I think we did this successfully, don't you think? So yeah, me turning Uno Dos Tre into one album kind of got weird because, like I said, the first 5 songs I put on here were more just experimentation, and then after my interlude, which is See You Tonight, tracks 7 through 13 seem to be the more concept-y part of the album where it tells a story all the way through. I don't know, I tried to be smart with it. I don't know if I overthought it a little bit, but that was just my take on it, and these were just some of my favorite songs. I mean, throughout the 3 albums, I think there was 35, 36 songs to choose from, and there's songs on here that really I wanted to put on here, but I had to leave off because I felt like they didn't feel like the concept I was trying to go for, or just didn't feel like they would fit, what I was trying to see in this album. But, just because a good song on here didn't make it, doesn't mean that I don't like it. Like, I really would have loved to have found a place to put Kill the DJ, or Stay the Night. I really would have, but just no room, considering I cut it down to 13 tracks. I can't just put all 35 on here, because then it would just be the Uno Dos Tre trilogy all over again, whereas we get one album, and to me, this would be a pretty decent album if I sat through and listened to it all the way through. So, yeah. Like I said, this wasn't my idea. I don't even think it was ARTV's idea, but his video is the one I watched. So, yeah, if you want to see his, I'll put his video in the link down below, or in the description down below. And yeah, that does it for me. You can tell me, what would your Uno Dos Tre album look like if you took the best songs from those 3 albums and put them into one? Anyway, I'm planning on doing this again with Metallica's Load and Reload, playing the best songs off of there. And I think I'm only going to do 10 for that one, considering Metallica's known for long songs, and I feel like 10 for that one album would suffice, definitely. So, yeah, that does it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one.